Hello, RVA. This is the Richmond Dynamo coming to you on another beautiful day. It is a gorgeous Thursday. The sun's shining bright and it's just lovely. I'm excited about the day and hope you are too. Hope your day is going well. And I want to thank you for tuning in and being with me today. That means a lot to me and I appreciate it so very much. Today we're going to talk about first, the Richmond Dynamo is all about intentional acts of love, going out there and intentionally doing something nice for someone every day. Don't forget that. And this week we've been talking about the fat journey. And today we're going to talk about self-esteem. It's a big part of any journey, I think. To me, the ultimate achievement is being able to genuinely say to myself, I like me. It has been a long road for me, but I'm there. I do like me. And I am so very thankful that I reached that. But I want to talk to you about that because most people, I don't think, do feel that way. And so let's talk approval first. Definition of approval is to believe that someone or something is good and acceptable, a good opinion of someone or something. And then even bigger, the definition of self-esteem. And that would be confidence in one's own worth and abilities and having self-respect and being worthy of happiness. I like that definition a lot. Being worthy of happiness, right? So let's talk about that a little bit. There are two parts to having self-esteem. The first is self-efficacy, or believing in oneself and one's abilities and what we can do or what we can't do. And on a scale of 1 to 10, that would be something like 1 being, I can't do anything. I'm a victim. My hands are tied behind my back. The world's against me. I'm totally crippled. To a 10 being, well, I think I can do whatever I want. And whatever happens, I know I'll be able to figure it out. I'll be okay. So where are you between a 1 and a 10, right? You need to know where you are and build on that. And the second part of self-esteem is self-respect. And, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10 there, you'd be 1, no self-respect. Again, feeling like a doormat, being the victim. Others walk all over me all the time. I can't do anything right. To a 10 of I am valuable, I have a right to be happy just as I am and deserve everything I want. So where are you on those scales, okay? Do you believe you have value? Do you believe you deserve to be happy? Do you believe you deserve to be treated well? Do you believe you don't need to settle for anything? That you don't need to be miserable, you don't need to endure, you don't need to be a victim. Where are you on that? Full control comes with self-respect and self-esteem. And it's a mind thing. It's all here. It's all internal, not external. Okay? We do it to ourselves. Dang, huh? So where are you on the scales? Okay? If you are a 1 to a 4, then accept that you need some work, that you really need to work on your self-esteem. If you're a 4 to a 7, well, you're pretty okay. You're average and you can work on some things, but you're not tearing yourself down. And if you're high, if you're 8 to 10, then awesome. Just don't get arrogant. Don't get cocky about it, but be happy that you're feeling good about yourself. And when I'm talking about putting yourself on the scale, I'm not talking about something that happened one time. You know, yesterday I felt bad because of this, or last week this happened. I'm talking about kind of an overall opinion of yourself and where you are in life. So why do we have low self-esteem? What causes that? Okay? Our self-image, negative internal model of who we ought to be or who we ought to look like, Barbie, Ken. Subconscious thoughts that are negative, that negative image is, we keep feeding it to ourselves over and over again. there's something wrong with me. Those feelings almost always came from our childhood. And as I looked back and went on my journey, I discovered that, you know what? For me, that is so true. I was heavy as a child, and I can remember being teased, being made fun of, being made to feel totally unworthy. That had a huge impact on my self-respect, and I have fought that my whole life. Remember yesterday I said at 118 pounds, I still felt fat and ugly. That's because those bad self-esteem issues were so rooted in me from a child. So what are 6 areas of self-esteem that we can work on? Okay. 1, the practice of living life consciously, being aware of what we're telling ourselves, being aware of the negative or positive comments that we make to ourselves. Number 2, practice of self-acceptance, being happy with who we are, where we are, knowing that we can improve on things, but we can be happy where we are. Number 3, self-responsibility, okay? Taking responsibility for what our actions are, what we do to ourselves, good and bad. When we do it right and when we do it wrong, we have to take responsibility. And practice of self-assertiveness. Believe in what your beliefs are, your goals are, what you're doing. You have to be assertive about that, confident about that. The practice of living life purposefully. If you have not found a passion or purpose for your life that gives you energy and gives you high self-esteem, then you need to seek out what is that, because we all have one. What is your purpose? Why are you here? You'll figure it out. And last, the practice of personal integrity. Living up to our own expectations, keeping our promises to ourselves. That's important. It's also hard sometimes, but we can do it. But these are how we learn to love ourselves and to be satisfied with ourselves just as we are. We're not perfect. Yeah, surprise, right? If you don't love yourself, there's something about yourself that you think is wrong. Something about the way you look, about your health, about your physique, about your behaviors maybe, or your negative habits, whatever. It makes you totally insecure. So always criticizing yourself and comparing yourself to others, that just keeps the cycle going. Don't do that to yourself. We judge our imperfections much more than other people do. As I said yesterday, if you knew how seldom other people, you wouldn't worry so much about what other people think of you if you knew how seldom they did. And that is just so true. We think everybody's looking at the same thing we're looking at. So I want you to pretend that you're a camera, okay? And you're zoomed in on whatever it is that you don't like, all right? And then let yourself pull back and see the big picture. It is much harder to see those flaws when you're looking at the broad picture, isn't it? So do yourself a favor. Concentrate not on the focused, not on the close-up, but on the broader picture. Just always concentrate on that. And I want to leave you today with an exercise, okay? And I'm serious about this. Might feel weird, but do it. I want you to go look into the mirror, almost your nose to the mirror. Get really close and look at yourself, and look at yourself hard, and look yourself in the eye. And say to yourself, I love and accept you exactly the way you are. And say it 20 times and mean it every time. I love and accept you exactly the way you are. And if you notice something, if you notice the big nose, the crooked teeth, whatever, as you're doing that, that's the time to say it again. Right to that. I know it'll feel weird at first, but do it. It will make a difference. I hope that something here will help you with your self-esteem. I know it's a hard journey to have, but I want you to be able to say, I like me. So That's it for today. May God bless and keep you until I see you again. Thank you. Bye-bye.